What's going on, ghosties? Welcome back to Tales of Spooky Coffee House. If you're new here, we are your hosts. I am Veronica.
And I'm Chelsea.
And today we're going to give you the serial killer of the week, as well as the haunted location of the week, and of course, our tarot reading for a special guest, I guess a listener. A listener, if you would. Chelsea, how are you? How you been? What's going on?
I'm exhausted.
Exhausted? Tell me, let's talk about it.
Okay. So right now, as we're recording, for one, it's 4:20, so
You say that as I'm taking a hit too, so cheers.
but also I have been working really hard on the short story that we're gonna record after this, so that is
Hmm.
like super exhausting. And then training for my new job has been a surreal experience.
How so?
It's new, it's different, it's something I haven't done before, so I'm working with kids and it's just like it's weird and I'm so tired because like they are like super like active, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's why I get along with kids so well because at home I'm so like tamed, but then I'm around kids. I'm like, yeah, let's play tag.
See, I'm the opposite. Kids wear me out. Like mine, they wear me out so much. And so now I'm like leaving my kids with other kids and it's, oh my gosh.
So are you gonna
But
up your
it's,
dose on caffeine?
yes. Like I like it. I really do like it. Like it's so much fun. It's just I didn't realize how exhausting kids were. I thought it was just me.
I'm
Like
sure,
my
yeah.
I thought it was just my kids.
I'm sure within like time, like after some time, you'll adjust. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
At least hopefully you will.
It would really suck if I didn't, considering I'm going to be getting my teaching license. So
Yeah, so let's manifest Chelsea adjusting to her new job and these kiddos. Are you drinking any coffee?
yeah, I of course I am. I just got off work.
Of course she is.
Oh,
What a stupid question, Veronica.
just normal coffee with cinnamon creamer. It's nothing special this time.
Ugh,
Nothing I haven't talked about.
Cinnabon. Good shit right there, man. I had that oh, I forgot what it's called. The Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but it's like this mocha iced coffee thing that Cinnabon has. I had it in Vegas on the way home. Oh, it's delicious. A lot of sugar, but it was delicious. I
Yeah.
too am drinking coffee. I picked up vanilla, my favorite drink from Coffee Bean actually, a vanilla iced latte with light ice because you need to give me the more caffeine, you know? So I'm sipping on that. Will I sleep tonight? I don't know. It's 4:20, so maybe I will.
Yeah, see, I low key I'm using the Cinnabon creamer as my munchie craving right now. So I'm killing two birds with one stone.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hey Veronica.
Yes, I fucking hate it when you start a question off like that. Yes, Chelsea.
I know, that's why I do it, because I love to annoy the crap out of
You don't have to ask me something like that to annoy me, dude. Come on.
you. I heard from a special somebody, and by special somebody, I mean your Instagram page, that you met somebody recently,
I did.
and I really want to hear about it, actually.
Do you
Usually I
really?
don't. Yeah, usually I don't. Like, I just want you to shut up about him, but I actually want to know.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm getting nervous. So, what happened was I found out over the weekend that Pedro Pascal was going to be on the James Corden show. And the reason why I found out is because my lame ass follows the hashtag Pedro Pascal on Instagram. So these fan accounts kept posting, like, oh, it's sold out. Oh my gosh, I wish I could go. And I was really upset with myself because usually I'm on top of like going to these talk shows and stuff like in LA because I love doing that. So I was a little upset and I was like, ah, this was my chance to see him in person. The next day was, yeah, so this happened Saturday. So on Sunday, I worked with my friend Tanya and we go to lunch and I'm telling her about it. And I just, I thought, let me check, let me look. And I looked and there's tickets available. So I hopped on it really quick and then oh, God bless Tanya. She was like, "Do you want me to make an account and request tickets too, just in case?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!" So we both requested tickets. I'm checking my email like all night, all morning, and then Tuesday morning, which was the day of the no, Monday morning, sorry, the day of the taping. Tanya texts me, I got in. I texted her back, shut the fuck up. And I just had this moment of panic. Like, I'm really about to see my man in person. Blah, blah, blah. We end up there. We're sitting at the very top. And I'm like at the very end of the row. And next to me, there's like this wall that reaches up to like my head if I'm sitting down. But if you look over, there's like a walkway at the bottom. So, whatever, we're watching the show. During a commercial break, James Corden, answers questions from the audience. And I just really wanted attention. So I raised my hand and I asked a question. So that was fun. And then Pedro comes out in his beautiful, I thought was a red suit, but it was actually a hot pink suit. I feel like I'm talking forever. And so he does this. He does his interview. It's great. I get to see him in person. I had my glasses on so I could see clearly. It was amazing. So then he gets off stage and they tell him to walk down that walkway right next to me. And I was like, shut the fuck up. So then I stand up. I like lean over that wall, that ledge or whatever you want to call it. And like he's walking, oh my god, he was like right there. And I was like, I love you. And then he just so calmly, so Pedro of him, stops right in front of me, looks up, and goes, I love you too.
Oh,
Like we're in love. Oh
I
my
wouldn't go that
god.
far.
No, but it was amazing. Like it was such an amazing moment for me, especially having like fangirls for like the past 4 or 5 months over this guy. So that was a really cool moment that, you know, the eye contact, the I love you too, the calmness, like I could die happy.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I'm so happy for me too. So, ghosties, we have our first official complaint. It's not about me, because who would complain about me? The
Me.
complaint about Chelsea. I don't know if I want to name the person who the complaint is coming from.
Why don't you just tell me and guess the person?
Okay. So I was hanging out with this person. We're having a fun smoke sesh. And we were listening to episode 9 together. That was my first time listening to episode 9. So that was pretty cool to listen with this other person. And I feel like I might accidentally say their name. And I think you were talking about a book. Forgot what book, but you were talking about a book and you're telling me like what happens in this book, and as you're talking about it and we're listening, the listener was like, spoiler alert. So she doesn't appreciate that you don't say spoiler alert before you give out the whole storyline of a book or whatever you want to call it. So
What
that's the
book were we
complaint.
talking about?
I don't it that's all you. You're talking about a book. I don't remember what book. I was really high
Because
when I was listening to episode 9.
I specifically remember like 3 times already. I've been like, spoiler alert if you want to read this, and then
Yeah, well, I don't think you did it this time. And this person was really into the book that you were describing, but then you just kind of gave it all away. And it was funny because she just straight up yelled in her on her porch, spoiler alert. And it was just the funniest thing. And I was like, we have our first complaint.
hold on, I got it now. I have to know. I have to know now.
What book you were talking about?
Yeah. Okay, so episode 9 was Akiyohaga Forest.
Also, this person and her girlfriend also wanted us to know that they feel very involved. Like when we're talking to each other, they feel very involved. And when I was listening to episode 9 with them, they were kind of acting the way they would if I wasn't there. Like they were talking about their own answers to our questions with one another, or they're like, dude, that's a dope like question, or that's like a really cool answer. I would have never thought of this or that. And it was just really fun to see that in person, listening to the episode for the first time with them. So I just wanted to let you know, like, we're doing something.
I love that. Back to the episode 9, the only book that I talked about was the mystery novel that's originally in Japanese, but it translates to The Black Sea of Trees.
Was that the
It's,
one with the couple committing suicide or something?
yeah,
Yeah, so that's the one.
that's the one. Okay, well, like, I didn't even talk about it. All I said was it was a novel about these two lovers committing suicide in the forest. How is she into that? That's literally the story.
All right, you know what? You want to fight her? You fight her.
I
I
don't
can
want to
already
fight
picture.
her.
No, you don't, dude.
No, I don't. Is it
It's
Miley?
yeah, it is. I was gonna
Fucking
be like,
Miley.
it's like one of our number one fans, bro. It was just hilarious, dude. And I couldn't wait to bring that up to you.
I still don't want to fight her. I'm good.
Nah, dude, she could use those eyelashes as weapons, man. It's scary. Okay, so on to my questions, unless you have any other anything else to say, an apology maybe.
No.
Oh, I love it. I hope I'm listening to this episode with them when it comes out. Oh my gosh, I want to record her reaction. Okay, so my first question for you. Who do you think is a better kisser? Jason or the Halloween dude?
Michael Myers?
Yeah, that one. He's the Halloween
The
dude, right?
Halloween dude.
Yeah.
Um,
Ask all you're really thinking about.
no, actually, I was trying to picture like kissing them, and
Oh.
all I could picture was Jason cutting my head off, and then Michael Myers like stabbing me in the gut with his knife.
So what's sexier to you? Like which one of that does it for you?
Aesthetically, I really like Michael Myers more, so I'd probably choose him. But also at the same time, I feel like a quick, easy beheading is a lot more satisfying way to die than like being stabbed to death.
Well, the brain does stay active, I think, for like 10 to 15 seconds after you get beheaded. So keep that in
But
mind.
that's still 10 to 15 seconds. That's not 10 to 15 minutes
Yeah, but
of being stabbed.
you see how like quick some of these like characters die in these movies. Like they get stabbed with a little freaking pocket knife and they're dead right away.
Yeah, but I'm thinking realistically,
Realistically,
not.
so
Yeah.
realistically, when you're realistically kissing Michael Myers and when you're realistically kissing Jason, yeah, okay. Anyways, so we're currently
Just so you know, I'm just because you said that, I'm gonna have John dress as Michael Myers or Jason for Halloween, and I'm gonna kiss him and I'm gonna send it to you.
oh my god, dude, I would fucking love that. Are you kidding me? That's so cute. Okay, so when this episode posts, we would have already done or we're currently doing another 7-day challenge. So recently we did our first 7-day challenge on Instagram because we just wanted to engage more. We wanted to post more. And that was a fun way for us to do that. So my next question for you, Chelsea, is what was your favorite challenge to do on our first 7-day challenge?
Probably the favorite Supernatural episode.
That was pretty fun.
But also I really liked the favorite vampire because I didn't choose just one.
Yeah, you chose like 30.
I chose four. And two of them were part of the same like
Yeah.
thing. But that was really fun because like I was thinking about it and it just made me realize that I chose Akasha and Lestat for one of them. I didn't realize till I was actually thinking about it how much their chemistry in the movie inspired so many stories, which is really funny because, you know, spoiler alert, Miley, Lestat kills Akasha and but like they have like so much tension between them, like sexual tension and then like betrayal tension, and it's just like I didn't realize how fucked up some of the movies that I watched as a kid made me.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of makes you really like think of things in like a different perspective as like an older adult, you know?
Yeah, my obsession with Blood and Knives, we all know where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, we
yeah,
do.
I write a lot of new adult and dark romance novels, and I didn't realize like how much all of that is inspired from the movies that I watched and the characters that I loved and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Love that for you.
I do too.
Okay, I think this is my final question. If you were to have an encounter with an alien and this alien was somehow able to communicate with you, what kind of conversation do you think you'd be having? What kind of questions would you ask?
First,
Uh-huh.
I would start off if they were gonna like attack our planet, just
I
so
feel
that I
like if
have.
they were gonna attack our planet, they would have done it already.
Yeah, it's true. But like that would just be like my first question, like, hey, are you here to like invade us? Because if so, like I'm just like, let's just get started. Like,
Yeah, just get it over with.
yeah. But no, I would want to know more about the universe,
Hell yeah.
especially like their planet. Like I'd have so many questions, and then I'd tell them about like how beautiful our planet is and how we're destroying it. Yeah.
I feel like that's a conversation I'd have with someone while we're having a smoke sesh. You know what I mean? Like that's shit to talk about. But yeah, I like that.
Okay,
Good
so
answer.
you can be my alien.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that because I'm Mexican or because I was born here, dude. I was ill. I was born in
That had
Glendora.
nothing that had nothing to do with that.
All right, I'm just making
Fucking
sure.
can't.
I'm just making sure. You can't be racist on this podcast. Like
I wasn't being racist, but I'm definitely too high for your shit right now.
I'm not even on your level, and that's not okay with me. But yeah, those are all the questions I have for you.
Okay, I have three questions for you.
Yes, go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay. Have you ever seen a fresh corpse?
Yeah, I've seen two.
Hmm. I think I'm gonna cut that question out.
No, no, let's continue on. Just to get, I want to see where this goes.
That was it. That was the question.
Oh
Because
no,
as soon as you
you have to keep it. You have to keep it.
as soon as you said two, I was like, oh shit.
And here comes the trauma. No, it's okay. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Moving on.
Why don't you think about these questions, bro? I love it. You
Dude,
have
I
to keep
don't
all
know.
of this. Please, I
Dude,
beg
I don't
you.
know.
People are like, wait, why are they laughing? If you
They're
know, you
laughing because we're
know.
fucked up.
We're just that fucked up. Life has fucked us fucking too many times, and this is the only way we could cope with it, okay? Don't judge. Okay, next
No, I
question.
think I think the reason I didn't like think about it is because I was just thinking like I don't remember what conversation I was having with somebody, but like dead people got brought up, and I was
Hmm.
like, I've never seen a fresh corpse. I've only seen like older embalmed and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna ask
So
you, but then I was like, maybe I shouldn't ask her the same question she just asked me, because what if she says yes? Oh
no,
man. You know what? I don't even mind these questions. The ones where you just don't think about it. I kind of like it. Oh.
Oh, so we're definitely moving on now. If you were in a, what would be your weapon of choice?
Oh, I'd be like what's her face? Michonne from Walking Dead and have those really sharp blade thingies. I feel like that'd be great. Just chop their heads off like cha cha, because that's
Those
the noise
blade
I'd
thingies,
make.
huh?
That's that's the noise I'd make when I'd cut their heads off. Cha cha. Cha cha cha. Yeah, the blade thingies. I don't know what they're called.
Okay.
Can I say never mind, that's a nerdy answer. Just kidding.
What? No, say it now.
Like a lightsaber. Like realistically
How did
speaking,
you how did you go from The Walking Dead to fucking
because
Star Wars?
because okay, let me explain myself. Oh god, this is the best 420 episode ever. Because I was like picturing myself like chopping their heads off so easily, and then for some reason I just thought about like the Mandalorian with his dark saber, like being able to cut through like almost anything except his Beskar. Anyways, yeah, that's how that happened. Nerd alert.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm gonna take another hit while you ask that third question because Lord knows I need it.
What did you want to be when you were younger?
A singer. A singer, an entertainer, an actress. That's always been my dream since I can remember. Like I can't even remember the moment where I realized that's what I wanted to do in my with my life or like become. because it happened so early on. But I've
That
just,
would make sense.
yeah, just singing, being a singer, being a rock star. Like, I don't know. Like right now, like I'm even down to do like mariachi, like, like, I don't know.
See, I've always known that you wanted to be a singer. I just didn't know if that was like after we met or
Oh no, that happened from like I remember being 4 or 5, and the porch right in the front steps in the front of my house.
yeah.
I remember like standing on top of the porch, looking down, singing "Como la Flor" by Selena, and singing it and dancing it. And like my uncle's there, my parents are outside. Then I think the neighbors were out, and I'm just there like full on concert. And I don't know, that was it for me. And here I am dealing drugs. I'm on
But
the right path.
but you are doing entertainment with this podcast.
I am doing entertaining. I am doing entertainment with this podcast, but I also entertain at work. Please don't take that the wrong way. There's cameras, but I do.
I took it that way too.
Because I don't know. I just love entertaining people, whether it's like singing or dancing or just being funny in general. Like I just love making people laugh. Like I get such a kick out of it. But yeah, what about you? Well, what did you want to be when you were little? I mean, obviously I know what you want to be now, but oh God.
Don't laugh at me.
No, I want to.
Before I wanted to become a writer, I legitimately, in all seriousness, wanted to be a vampire.
You expected me to laugh, but I completely understand that coming from you. Like
And then I
what
found
kind
out
of
that
vampire did you want to be? Like who inspired you to want to be a vampire? Because I'm assuming it's that guy from Buffy with the white hair that you named our
Spike.
Spike. There you go.
No, I definitely wouldn't want to be a vampire from Buffy because have you seen them when they vamp out? They're ugly.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal was in an episode.
He was?
Yeah, young Pedro, very very young, 20s young.
Oh my God, that's almost like Johnny Depp in A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, around the same time it came out too.
No, I was saying like nobody really
Oh,
remembers that he
oh,
was
oh.
in there because he was so young.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen how ugly they are.
Yeah, no, no, it wasn't because of Spike.
Who made you think, I want to suck people's blood for a living?
I don't even think that it was really that. Yeah, I don't think it was so much like I want to suck people's blood as I just wanted
Do
to live forever.
you want to live forever now?
It depends. If I don't have to worry about money or anything,
Hmm.
then yeah, I would want to. But if I had to work for a living, then probably not, honestly.
I didn't think about that. Damn, if only there were like perks to living forever. Like you never have to work again. You have endless money.
Or I guess I mean if I really wanted to work for it, like I could just kill rich men, seduce them and get the money to live forever.
You could do that. Date the old men straight up knowing you're gonna outlive them. We're not saying this is okay, ghosties. We are just hypothetically speaking.
But to answer
I
your
forget we have
question,
an audience, dude.
yeah, I know, sometimes I forget too.
Mm.
But to answer your question, I would probably say Akasha from Queen of the Damned. She was the one that I put in my favorite vampires post, but I don't know. Like I can't remember for sure if that was or not. Maybe it was Spike. I don't know. I just know like when I was younger, I loved the idea of vampires.
Yeah, I could only imagine how crazy you went with. I mean, I kind of remember how crazy you went with Twilight and the Vampire Diaries.
Oh my God, let's not talk about Twilight. That's one of those moments I cringe to think about because I don't know if it was just like in the moment why I liked it, but as soon as like everybody like died down about it, I was like, why did I even like that? They fucking glitter for God's sakes. I don't know, like as soon as like the hype died down, I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Don't be ashamed of it, dude. Okay, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure everyone else has to like have this same memory as me because I just feel like it was the same thing in all schools. But I literally remember almost everyone walking to their next class with their face glued to the Twilight books. And
Dude, yeah.
I remember I avoided it because I didn't give a shit. Like, what the fuck? And like you guys were all crazy about the Jonas Brothers too at the time. I'm just like, y'all are weird. But eventually I think it was you made me read the first Twilight book. And so then I
Yeah.
became the person with my face glued to the book because it was actually good writing. And like, and that's the only book I read actually, just the first one.
That's a whole nother conversation. Like, no.
Really?
That's an argument. Dude, that writing is so bad.
Well, for me at the time, like it was an easy read, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not. I was never much of a reader, so when I was reading that book, it was just an easy read, easy flow for me. I
Yeah,
was just
like
trying to tell you my experience.
yeah, no, no, it's almost as bad as 50 Shades of Grey.
I've never read those books.
Those I don't know how those got published. I don't even know how Twilight got published.
Really? You're hating on it that much?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's just like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were really good when I first read them, but also I was in middle school.
Yeah. That's why
And
you
my
can't really cringe too much thinking about those days because I feel like a lot of us looking back at our middle school years, at our preteen years, it's all cringy.
yeah. Hey, fun fact, did you know that 50 Shades of Grey was actually a Twilight fan fiction?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I would write a 50 Shades of Grey type book based on someone. Anyways, moving on. Moving on.
I know. I knew where you were going with that too.
No, don't act like you know me, okay? You don't know me.
I do know you. I've known you for like
Stop.
literally
Don't do it. Just don't.
more than half my life.
Jesus, more, yeah, way more than half our lives.
Okay, so yeah, now that I'm done with my questions.
Already rude, boo.
Yeah, let's just move on from this. This is getting really.
Got you. I'm just gonna tippy toe into the first segment, which is my haunted location, okay? We're just
Sounds
gonna
good.
forget that first part of the episode happened. The haunted location I'm doing today for y'all is called the urban legend of the Jenny Dixon beach in Australia, which is known as, well, it's Australia's most famous urban legend. And I love it because it's just so familiar. And I have a personal story to tell at the end that's very similar to the ghost that we're going to be talking about. But before I get started, I have a couple of questions for you. Question number one. Would you ever or have you ever picked up a hitchhiker?
Probably not.
Okay. Question number two. Do you prefer revenge or leaving it up to karma?
Why? Oh shit. I swear you ask me questions that just make me want to incriminate myself, dude.
I'm not doing it on purpose, man.
Both.
Both? So you'll do
Yes.
whatever you can, and then whatever you can't get to, karma got you.
Yeah.
Got you, got you, got you. Good answer, good answer. And you'll understand why I'm asking you these two questions.
I hope I understand. I better fucking understand.
I always ask a question or talk about something, and then I tell
Bring it
you,
up later.
yeah, bring it up later, and it all makes sense. Chelsea, we're both fans of the show Supernatural. Do you remember the first episode, first
Yes.
season? Okay, Lady in White, right?
Yep.
So this story is going to take place on Wilfred Barrett Drive, and it's between Magenta and Norville. It's very similar to the Lady in White because it is said that when you take this drive, there's a hitchhiker, a lady in a white dress, who sticks out her thumb because she needs a ride. When she gets in the car, she never gets in the front seat. She always gets in the back seat, okay, whatever. As the drive goes on, you look in the rear view mirror, and she's gone. Very, very similar to Supernatural episode. I feel like they kind of got the inspiration from this. So what's the story behind it? In 1970, there's a girl hitchhiking, and when she was hitchhiking, she stuck out her thumb, and here pulls up a car. And in this car, there are 5 men. She thinks, you know what? They kind of look nice. Like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm gonna get in. Mind you, this is the 1970s, so people were a little bit more trusting back then as well.
That's a whole lot of fucking trusting.
So she gets in the car. She thinks they look nice enough. I'm gonna get in the car. So she gets in the car. These 5 assholes look at this girl and think, she's pretty. We want to spend a little more extra time with her. So they take her to this nearby beach, and the beach is called Jenny Dixon Beach. And they repeatedly sexually assault her to the point where they just leave her there to die. Unfortunately, she did die a couple days later, but before she passed away, she told police that she wanted to get revenge on these 5 men that brutally assaulted her and left her for dead. So within 1 year, strange accidents kept occurring and suicides involving those 5 men. So here's the thing. Police were suspicious who the suspects were, but never knew for sure. Okay, I just need to put that out there. So this is how the 5 men died. Within a year. Three
Okay, hold on,
died.
hold on, hold on. So just verifying. She died a couple of days after the assault, right?
Correct.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
And she tried giving the police the best description she could on these guys, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough to actually
Convict
have
them.
3 men were killed in car wrecks, 1 hung himself, and the 5th one killed himself by shooting himself with a shotgun. This happened within 1 year of her passing. Coincidence?
No, they
Hell
deserved it.
no. They fucking deserved that shit. Karma got them, or she fucking figured out a way to go.
Oh no,
Well,
she got them.
no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry because these men actually complained of seeing and hearing things leading up to their deaths. So it was
Oh yeah,
her.
she got them. Yeah, she got them.
That is wild. And I'm happy for her. You go, girl. You go, girl.
Yeah, they deserved it.
I know that takes place on this Wilfred Barrett Drive. It is near the Jenny Dixon Beach, and there's a lot of people that think that that ghost from the road or from that drive is the same ghost that they see on the beach, which is the next ghost that I'm gonna talk about. But also remember, this first ghost I told you about takes place in the 1970s. The ghost seen on the beach, people have said that they see her in almost 1800 type clothing, a lot older, right? So it's
Hmm.
very possible it's a different ghost. So pretty much the story with this one is there is a story I read about a group of 12-year-old boys that were camping on this beach. When one of them looked out to the beach, they saw this lady standing there. The lady looked at them, and to whoever would make eye contact with her, she would stick out her arms as if asking for help. And so the 12-year-old boys, being 12-year-old boys, started throwing things at her, such as sticks. And as soon as they realized that the sticks were going straight through her, they booked it. That's creepy to me
Yeah,
because
I would book it too.
I would go up to her and be like, "What's up? What's going on? What do you need?" I
After
have
throwing sticks at her?
Well, these are the 12-year-old boys. Okay,
Yeah.
very
Yeah, if I
understandable.
were
They're scared.
yeah, well no, like if I was throwing shit at her and realized that she was a ghost, I'd be like, "Oh shit."
I think
Like,
this is the like ghost hunter within me that I would want to go up to her, be like, if this is a ghost, I need to have this moment with this ghost and get as much like interaction as I can.
yeah, but not after throwing stuff at her. That's like that probably pissed her. That would piss me off.
I guess so, but in the article that I read about that incident, it says that as they were running up these steps to get off the beach, she was still kind of reaching out her arms towards them. So I don't think she looked pissed or anything. I think she was still looking to get some kind of help.
Or trying to reach out.
And if you want to think of it that way, that's fine. But me and her are gonna sit down and I'm gonna be like, girl, what do you need? What do you need? Because Tia Vettel's here for you, okay?
I need you to kill those little shits.
You got it, dude.
Okay, continue.
So that's pretty much all I really have about this haunted location. Now, they do say that the lady on the beach, yeah, she's in 1800 clothing, and something that happened in the 1800s is there was a lot of shipwrecks on that beach. And one of the theories is that she was a mother of one of the boys that died on one of these shipwrecks, but that kind of just doesn't make sense to me. And that she reaches out to her arms so you could help her find her son. I didn't like that. I don't believe that. I mean, I don't know. I
I,
think if someone made that up, they could have done a better job.
yeah.
But
Yeah, it doesn't sound that realistic.
before I completely end this segment though, I do have a personal story to share with you. And with you ghosties.
Oh, I forgot we were recording.
Low key, me too. That's why I was like, oh yeah. Listen, it's not
Uh,
that we don't love you guys or that we don't We don't want to
We
acknowledge
just
you.
get so lost in the conversation.
But we know you're there eventually. We remember, okay?
Yeah.
Also remember stoner memory, okay? It's really bad. Come on, brain, think of things. So, this true story happened way before I was born, and it actually happened to my brother Carlos when he was very little. And by very little, I mean probably like 3 or 2 years old. Growing up, my family and I would go camping to Ensenada in Baja California at least once a year. Sometimes, if we could, twice a year. I considered this place like my second home, honestly. So obviously, they were going to camp at this beach way before I was born. Once upon a time, they go to the beach, they're camping, they're in their tent. He remembers kind of like someone calling for him or crying for him. And he said he didn't feel scared, but that he unzipped the tent and he walked out. And he kind of walked down to like where the beach, the shore was. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
And there is this lady, and she reached out her hand for him to hold. He held her hand and they started walking down the beach. That's what he remembers. That's all he remembers. So then when my brother wasn't around, I confronted my parents about this and I was like, what the hell happened? And usually my mom is one to be like, like, that shit's not real. Like, you're just fucking crazy. No, she was like, yep, I heard his ass wake up in the middle of the night and unzip the tent because my mom's a light sleeper. And she says that she woke up my dad and that they followed him down to the beach. And then my mom was like, ¿Dónde chingados va este cabrón? Like, where the fuck is this fool going, right? And so she's following him and they follow him down to the beach. And they're walking right behind him. And obviously he doesn't know. To them, they're like, oh, he's sleepwalking. And she said he had his arm up as if he was like holding on to something or like holding on to someone, just walking along the beach.
Damn, that's crazy.
Isn't that fucking wild, dude?
And also that would make sense too because, they say that children are more open to spirits and everything, and that like as you grow older, it's not so much that you stop believing, but you block it out.
That's true.
So, I mean, she could have been there and your parents just couldn't see her.
Isn't that But you know what? And then I remember learning or being told that story like at a young age. I was probably like early teens or whatever. And we stopped going camping maybe like 2019 was our last time that we went to go camp there, or 2018. And I've always thought about it, like laying in my tent by myself, right? Because I would have my own little tent and then my parents would have their tent. And like I just lay there and it's peaceful because you're listening to the waves. You just sat by the fire, looked up at the stars, no pollution. But then you're laying there in your tent and like you could hear every little noise. And like your brain just starts thinking about it. But for some reason I never really got scared. I almost like I wanted something to happen. Like, you know what, if you're real, scare me, bitch. Like, appear.
Yeah, but that's your ghost hunter side coming out.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that was my personal experience to share. Well, not my personal experience, my brother's personal experience. And that is my segment, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea, would you like to go ahead and start us up with our serial killer of the week?
Sure. I've been really into like looking up female serial killers right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I found one that I feel like I could have been in a past life.
Really?
Not like the actual person, like just like the concept of her.
Yeah. Let's
But
hear it.
we're gonna talk about the Black Widow.
Ooh, let's do it.
Her real name is, and I hope I say her last name right. I looked it up for like half an hour. Her name is Vera Renczi. Now, she was born in 1903 in Romania, and she died in 1960 in prison from a brain hemorrhage. She was known to be an active killer in the 1920s. She killed a total of 35. So her mother, so we're going to go back to her childhood. So her mother died when she was 13 and she was forced to move with her father, and she attended a boarding school there.
Mm-hmm.
By the time she was 15, she started getting in lots of trouble. She would run away. And by the time like right before she was 20, she married an Austrian banker. His name, I think I'm going to say his last name wrong, but his name was Karl Schnick. When they got married, they had a son named Lorenzo. Now, he was a really wealthy banker, so he worked and she stayed at home. After a while in their marriage, she thought that he was being unfaithful. In a fit of rage, she poisoned his wine with arsenic.
Yummy.
Yeah. She got rid of the body and told everybody that he abandoned her and her son. And then about a year after that, she began telling them that she heard from somebody that he had died in a car accident. So that was her first marriage. Shortly after, she remarried. Within a couple months of their marriage, she started believing that he was having an affair and she killed him.
Ooh, she toxic.
Was that
uh, no, but
your punny?
that shut the fuck up. I hate you. Oh no.
Okay. Shortly after, stop it.
Oh, that was good.
Shortly after she remarried, like within a couple of months, she started believing that he was having an affair. So she killed him. After she told everybody again that he abandoned her, and then a year later, she admitted to, or like everybody thought she admitted that she had received a letter explaining his intentions of leaving her. So after that, she never remarried, but she did have multiple romantic affairs with a wide variety of men, and then but most of them disappeared weeks and months, and a few even days after they were intimate romantically. Anything that she had, like any public affairs where it came out that she was sleeping with them, she would just explain like, oh, they were being unfaithful or abandoned her, and that's why like she never brought them around anymore. So her last lover was a married bank officer, and his wife reported his disappearance to the police, but they ignored her. So she started an investigation of her own and found out that Vera was his mistress. So she went back to the police and continued bugging them until they kept investigating and they caught her in a lie. And so after the police caught Vera in a lie, that's when they got a warrant to search her property. And in her property, they found a locked cellar.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
Upon opening this cellar, they found 35 coffins sitting in the wall, and in front of them was a red armchair, candles, and an empty alcohol bottle.
Tell me why my heart just dropped right now. Oof.
So, after this discovery, she confessed to killing the men when she suspected that they grew tired of her or they were being unfaithful with somebody else. And then she admitted that she sometimes liked to sit in the chair in her cellar with the bodies of all of her dead lovers.
What the?
Yeah.
And this is a true story?
Yes.
Yo, people are
Well, okay,
fucked up.
so here's the thing. So yes, it is a true story, supposedly. The only issue that I was finding, and it seemed like everybody else was too, was that it's really hard to find any traceable records about her or anyone that she was with, including like birth, death, and marriage certificates.
Mm.
But a lot of people were saying that like because of the time and there was a war that happened like right after, it's
Mhm.
possible that those records were destroyed. But I couldn't find like a whole like lot of like detailed information. But one thing that kept popping up, which was really weird, is that supposedly she confessed to not only killing both her husbands and all of her lovers, but she supposedly also confessed to killing her son. So it's mentioned several times that she admitted to killing him, but I couldn't find like anything that said like, yeah, she confessed to it. It's just like, like everything, everybody mentions it like in the beginning, like, oh, she murdered her husband, her son, and multiple lovers, but like nobody knows, like nobody can tell you when she killed him.
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting. I don't, that just kind of makes me question like if it actually really was real,
Mm-hmm.
but also at the same time, like those records, like it makes sense that some records would have been lost from that time in wars and all that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Let's
that was,
we'll believe it. We'll believe it.
yeah, they also did an episode on have you ever heard the TV show Deadly Women?
No, I haven't.
So it's a show about deadly women.
I am predicting
She
you're gonna be on that show one day.
Oh my God, I hope so.
I was about to be like, bitch, don't you be acting shocked. Like, what the fuck?
No, Vera was actually their first episode. The episode's called Obsession,
Hmm.
and they do like a reenactment, like a three-part reenactment with her story. I don't know. I love female serial killers.
You know what? I support that because I've been very into like searching for Latino serial killers. Like I don't know, this let's just have fun with it right now, and I'm sure eventually we'll find a new area of interest. But yeah,
You know what's
dude,
really funny?
what? What's really punny? What?
I always had this like image, and it's gonna sound really bad, and it's really not. But like, if I ever killed my husband, like this was before I married John, okay? So like, this is just hypothetical, any husband.
Hmm.
If I had ever killed my husband, do you know the robe that women wear after they kill their husband?
The robe,
Yeah,
like the black one?
yeah, like
Yeah,
with the fur and the sheer and all of that.
yeah.
Okay, so I always imagined myself wearing a black one and just like walking down the hallway after I killed my husband. And it's really funny because I found the robe online.
Oh, I'm actually on Amazon right now. I'm about to send it to you, okay?
Yeah, no, I already found it. It's already saved. But like, it was really funny.
No,
I
uh-huh.
was looking at it
Hmm.
and John just happened to like look over my shoulder and he's like, he just straight looked at me and he's like, "Are you planning on killing me?"
Well, I know you said
And
that
I was
you
like, no, but I never told him that. And I just started laughing because that robe is associated with killing husbands.
well, he knows. He senses it,
And
dude. The
I
fact
just
that
think,
you already found it, you know what?
well,
It-
because I was looking at like all the colors. Like I really want a green one and a red one, and they had a one. I really want that one too.
I
But
could
like I was
definitely see you in the
specifically,
red one.
yeah, right. I mean, you can't see the blood with the red. But I specifically would not wear the black unless my husband was dead.
So, in what circumstance would you wear the red one?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
Like that robe, it just there's something about it that just screams bad bitch.
If I find out that you ordered it and that you own that robe, I get a little nervous. Just saying. Just saying.
I haven't ordered it
Yet.
yet.
Mm. So let's do our last segment here, the tarot card reading. Who's the reading for, Chelsea?
The reading is for Yolanda. She wants a new spread that we haven't done on the podcast before, and I'm really excited to do it.
I'm
Are you
really
ready for this?
excited. Yes, go.
It's called the Bullshit Detector Spread.
The bullshit detector spread. All right. I'm excited for this because I mean, what the fuck does that even mean?
Well, so it's a four-card spread. Card number one is going to be the problem. Card
Hmm.
number two is the lie. Card
Mm.
number three is the truth. And card number four is the solution.
All right, I'm excited.
The first card, which is the problem, is the Queen of Pentacles. You have a high social success and financial independence. You're nurturing and practical and providing for your family financially. You're probably a working parent or a female person in your life who is generous and usually wealthy, has an affinity for the finer things in life. You like to execute your plans successfully, and you're also a very welcoming person to guests in your home.
And
I
this
guess
first
that's
one's supposed to be the problem.
yeah. So like I'm wondering if maybe like Yolanda is too nice.
I don't think it's that she's well, I guess I could understand that. I just feel like I don't know, maybe too much of the weight is on her shoulders. I think that's what I'm getting from that. And I think that's what the issue might be. And it's not that she minds or she doesn't mind, like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where, fuck, I should
Yeah.
not be smoking right now.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Card number two is the Hierophant, and this is the lie. So, traditional values and spiritual wisdom affect your current life. It can mean teaching or education, and before you can discover your own beliefs and make your own choices, you have to learn principles from a trusted source. So, that's the lie. I guess it's saying that you don't have to learn.
I'm not sure. I'm a little lost on that one.
I am too. So,
Maybe it'll make sense later on, or maybe it'll just make sense to Yolanda, but yeah.
Well, because if it's the lie, then maybe it's trying to tell her that she doesn't have to learn from a specific source to make her own choices.
Oh, seek other people's advice. Maybe just
Yeah,
follow your
maybe
heart
she just yeah, maybe she needs to just follow her heart.
and her gut.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So card number 3 is the Nine of Swords, and this is the truth card. And the truth is you are weighed down by negative feelings, fear, or anxiety. You feel that you're reaching a breaking point and your concerns are not as terrible as you imagine them to be. You're struggling with guilt and regret, and isolation is responsible for a lot of these feelings. So you really need to reach out to a trusted friend and you need to work through your feelings.
Wow, that was a
That is a
deep card.
really, yeah, that was a harsh truth.
I
That
just
just,
I want to give Yolanda a hug.
I think she needs a hug.
It sounds like it. After that card,
Yeah, that card, I bet that feels like being stabbed with 9 swords. All
that's
right,
wild.
the last card is the solution, and it's the Four of Cups. And the solution to your problem right now is that there's a lot of opportunities and offers that you're turning down, and you feel the regret that you might have been focusing on the negative thing. This is something that you need to meditate over and reevaluate what's important to you. Realizing what makes you feel bored and unhappy and doing something about it can make a change for the better in your life right now. So what I'm getting from this reading is that you're going about something the wrong way and that you don't need to learn from sources that you might think are
Even if
reliable.
they're genuinely trying to help you, sometimes it is okay to just follow your gut. And
Yep.
I and to continue on to what you're saying, I'm so sorry to cut you off before I forget. I feel like maybe you're under pressure based off of other people's advice, and that's why you have that anxiety that that third card was talking about. Continue on, sorry.
Yeah, no, and going off that too, like the solution card is definitely telling you that you need to stop listening to others and figure out what you want to do that's going to make you happy. So
That was a deep reading.
yeah, I
Whoa.
definitely feel like it called out the bullshit.
Oh, I'm with that truth. I mean, your bullshit is out there now.
That was a wild tarot reading.
Thank you, Yolanda, for that. I wish you the best.
I have nothing but positive energy going towards you right now.
All right, ghosties. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode 11. We are Tales of Spooky Coffee House. I am Veronica.
And I'm Chelsea.
You guys have a spooky weekend. Bye.
Bye.